Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about functions in Dart language. Functions are a building blocks of readable, maintainable, and reusable code. A function is a set of statements to perform a specific task. Functions organize the program into logical blocks of code. This makes the code reusable. Moreover, functions make it easy to read and maintain the program's code. Alright, open up dartpath.dev and let's start programming and talk about functions. A function in Dart consists of a return type, function name, parentheses, and parameters, and the body of functions defined here. For example, I want to create a very simple function called grid and use it. Outside the main function, void, I will define runtime as a void, which I will explain about later. Function name grid, parentheses and curly braces, and print hello. Now I call grid function like this, grid, and I run the code, and you can see the word hello is printed from inside the function in the console. Alright, let's talk about function types. This function that I gave as an example does not return any value and only prints the phrase hello inside itself. These functions are specified with void keyword and called void function. Very well, let's talk about functions with return values. These types of functions return a value after performing operations in their body. This value can be int, string, bool, list, or anything else. For example, in the program, we need to add two numbers together many times in different parts. We use the function to avoid repeating the code. So we write a function to add two numbers and use it wherever we need. A simple function that adds two numbers is implemented like this. Int sum, int a, and int b, and return a plus b. Now I call this function like this. Int result equals some function and 5 and 3. Then print results. I run the program and you can see the result in the console. Alright, let's talk about function parameters. Dart offers several ways to define function parameters, providing flexibility and clarity in function declarations and calls. Let's explore the different types of parameters in Dart. The first type of parameters that I want to talk about are required positional parameters. These parameters are the simplest form of parameters in Dart. They are defined by specifying the type and name of the parameter. When calling a function with required positional parameters, you must supply all arguments in the correct order. Otherwise, you will get an error. These parameters that I used in this example are required parameters, and if don't provide the correct value for these parameters when calling function, I will get an error like this. Like this and like this. Alright, let's talk about named parameters. Named parameters enhance code readability by allowing you to specify the parameter name when calling a function. They are defined using curly braces. For example, void print user info parentheses and curly brackets string with question mark name string gender and int age print hello $name your gender is $gender and you are $age years old. And now I call this function like this: print user info name John gender male and age 25. I format the code and I run the program. And you can see the results in the console. By default, name parameters are optional, like this. I remove age and run the code, and you can see the null at here. To make them required, we need to use the required keyword. So I change the function like this. Required string name required string gender and required int age and remove question marks, format code again, and now I can't delete any parameter, and run the code, and you can see the results in the console. Very well, let's talk about optional positional parameters. Optional positional parameters allows you to make certain parameters optional. They are defined using square brackets. For example, void print user info string name and optional positional parameter with square brackets int with question mark age if age equals null, print hello $name, else print hello name and you are $8 years old. Print user info John and 25 and I run the code and the program says hello John, you are 25 years old. Now I can delete this, sorry, and run the program again, and you can see the program says hello John. Alright, let's talk about arrow functions. Arrow functions in Dart are a concise way to write functions that contain only one expression. They provide a shorter syntax for defining simple functions, making the code more readable and elegant. The basic syntax for arrow function in Dart is this syntax: return type, function name, parameters, arrow like this, and expression. For example, void greet string name arrow print hello $name. And other example, int sum int a and int b arrow a plus b. Now I can call these functions like other functions. For example, sum 5 and 10 print this function. I run the code and you can see the result. Very well. If this video was useful for you, please subscribe to my channel and like the video. I will see you in the next video.